Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a windy day here at EPCOT. We are about halfway through the Adventure Around World Showcase series, and today we are going to be taking a stop right there at the America Pavilion. I'm really excited to show this one to you guys. I think there's some pretty cool stuff, along with some really great performances, so let's go check it out. When we covered Italy, our ending spot was the Gelateria Toscana, which is right over there. And making our way into the America Pavilion, we are greeted with a Joffrey's Coffee and Pastries. Most of the menus for the Joffreys around the parks are typically the same, but this one does have an espresso martini as its signature drink, so that could be a really good drink to try. Turning away from Joffrey's, we have the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. This plaque about the Regal Eagle Smokehouse shows where they got their inspiration for the different kinds of meat that you can find on their menu. We will head up these stairs towards the barbecue pit, where often you can see some smoke rising out of the little chimney stack, and head towards the actual restaurant itself. The Regal Eagle Smokehouse does have a drinks window where you can get some different cocktails, some mocktails, and some beer. It's such a bright day and it's a little hard to see here on camera, but out where those picnic tables are is where we found the Regal Eagle drinks window, and if we keep turning on to our left through this hallway, there are two companion restrooms, and these are typically not used very often because a lot of people don't really know that they're here. At the current moment, the Regal Eagle Smokehouse is closed. They're still opening for the day, but this is the main entrance, which is right next to the exit for the American Adventure stage show. Just out front of the Regal Eagle Smokehouse is the Fife and Drum Tavern, where you can get turkey legs, popcorn, I think a hot dog, and some drinks. And moving to the left of that, there is a DVC stand, but it doesn't look like there's anybody here right now to talk to. The American Adventure is an animatronic stage show detailing the history of America with different show times throughout the day. They're not all listed on the board, it's typically just the next showing is available on the board. And the American Adventure is preceded by a performance from the Voices of Liberty, who are an a cappella group singing some folk songs from America's past. Inside the main hall, they do have different pieces of artwork hung up. I have noticed them to change periodically throughout the years, but right now it looks like it's Portraits of Courage, a Commander-in-Chief's tribute to America's warriors. We just entered from over on the left, and it looks like quite a few people are already getting their spots to watch the Voices of Liberty perform in about 10 to 15 minutes.
from stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. And the rocket's red glare of a bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave. O'er the land, o'er the land, o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, that was an amazing performance from the Voices of Liberty. They have just opened the American Adventure for everyone to go in and see the stage show. However, you can't record in there, so I'm going to pass on that today so that I can show you guys some other things here in the American Pavilion. When we walked in, we saw that the current set of artwork on display is of the Courage of Portraits series or set, and this artwork is displayed all along the walls of the first floor here in the American Pavilion Rotunda. And if we make our way on around to the back side, we can see the giant placard that shows the full title, Portraits of Courage, a Commander-in-Chief's Tribute to America's Warriors, presented by President George W. Bush, who is featured in this painting right here. I'm currently on the opposite side of where I recorded the last segment, and this corner, across from the American Adventure entrance, is a little room where the Voices of Liberty come in for their performance and where they exit when they're done, with a few more of the Portraits of Courage. This is a pretty neat display featuring some letters to the president, and you can also see the picture which the painting that they have on the back wall was based on. A lot of great portraits hang on the walls of this building.
Good morning, everyone. If you're here to go see our American Adventure Theater show, we ask that you please enter at this time tomorrow.
The last thing that they do have here in the American Pavilion in the Rotunda is the American Heritage Gallery that showcases some different artifacts from different native groups through different parts of America. So you can see they've got some stuff from the plains, the Great Basin and Plateau, and on this side they've got the Eastern Woodlands. Throughout this room they do have some minorly interactive features with these tribal fire displays, and you just put your hand on the handprint here and it'll play a little video. Here's another look at some of the other artifacts that they've got in here. I realized that I didn't really do a great job of explaining how all of this looks from the outskirts of the pavilion, so we started over here on the left with the Joffreys. You can see the fife and drum right there, with the Regal Eagle Smokehouse, And then we just came out of the American Adventure after getting to see the Voices of Liberty and the American Heritage Museum. And we're gonna head on around to the right where we have an Art of Disney store. Here at the Art of Disney store in the America Pavilion, they offer some figurines and paintings of different characters and scenes from some classic Disney films. This is one of 2 Art of Disney stores that I'm aware of. They have this one here in the American Pavilion along with one at Disney Springs, and they have some really neat art that you can purchase. Some of my favorites include these different figurines featuring some different scenes from Disney media. I'm also a really big fan of these Gallery of Lights light boxes. I think these are super cool. And just to the right of the Art of Disney store is the America Pavilion EPCOT Fun Stop. Along with the EPCOT Fun Stop, we also have the restrooms for the pavilion on this back wall, and these are the more commonly used restrooms because they offer more than just 1 or 2 people using them at a time. And continuing on around to the right, we do have one of the festival food booths, but like I said in the Italy video, I believe, these aren't permanent, so I'm not going to necessarily discuss those in this video. We also have a Christmas tree dating this video, but again, something not permanent, so just keep that in mind if you're making your way to the America Pavilion. We have just a few more stands to discuss on our way around the America Pavilion. It looks like this one sells some standard Disney merchandise along with some merchandise for Luminous. You can see some of the hats here, and it looks like on this side they have some of the pin trading pins, and you can get some ice cold drinks from this little cart. These 2 stands are traditionally used for different holiday or festival items. I would imagine the next time these will be used is likely during the Festival of the Arts coming up in just a week or 2. We've got 2 more little food stands to discuss. First is Block and Hans, where you can get some different beer flights and some hard ciders. I have had that Cider Boy Strawberry Magic hard cider, and it is really good. It's one of my favorites that you can get in the Disney parks. So just for another point of reference, here are the 2 holiday stands, and then just through there you can see the Art of Disney store. This is Block and Hans, and our last food stop for the American Pavilion is the funnel cake stand. Here you can get a couple of different kinds of funnel cakes. I believe they also have some different holiday and festival themed ones. I know for Christmas that recently passed they had a gingerbread funnel cake, so be sure to check out any of the special items that may not last long. The last thing that I wanted to show you guys for the American Pavilion is the amphitheater. This is where they'll hold different concerts throughout the holidays of the year, the different festivals that they do at EPCOT. And in those festivals, they'll typically have a form of dining package that will allow you to get some better seats, some closer seats. So be sure to check those out if you see any bands on the lists that you're interested in seeing. Well guys, that is going to do it for the America Pavilion here in World Showcase. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support not only this series, but the channel as a whole. It means a lot that you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing. So thank you guys for doing all of that, and be sure to join us on our next Florida Fun Quest.